medical motif continues in Act 5, Scene 1, with a doctor and a gentlewoman discussing a woman who sleepwalks. Shakespeare doesn't name this patient. Instead, he uses personal pronouns, she and her, which work to build suspense as the audience attempts to guess the woman's identity. The audience discovers that the patient is Lady Macbeth when she sleepwalks onto the stage bearing a candle. If you are writing an essay that asks you to address the form or structure of the play, Shakespeare's deliberate omitting of Lady Macbeth's name to build suspense in Act 5, Scene 1 is definitely worth a paragraph. In this scene, we see how much Lady Macbeth has transformed from the start of the play. The weight of her guilt has led to her sleepwalking and sleep-talking. When she is asleep, Lady Macbeth's subconscious voices the demons that afflict her mind. In Act 2, Lady Macbeth was contemptuous of Macbeth's guilt about Duncan's murder. During this scene, Shakespeare represents Macbeth's guilt in his hands. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No. This my hand will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red. Macbeth is saying that he has so much blood on his hands that washing them in the ocean will cause the seas to turn red. Lady Macbeth dismissively tells him, "A little water clears us of this deed." But in Act 5, Scene 1, we watch Lady Macbeth obsessively attempting to clean her hands in her sleep. While she is doing this, she says, "Out, damn spot." Try as she might, she cannot wash the figurative blood off her hands. There is no amount of hand washing that will ease her conscience. What? Will these hands ne'er be clean? Lady Macbeth is guilty about Duncan's murder. Yet, who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him? She feels guilt for the murder of Macduff's family. The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? And she feels guilt for the murder of Banquo. Banquo's buried. He cannot come out one's grave. Lady Macbeth also echoes Macbeth's statement about the multitudinous seas when she says, "Here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand." I interpret Shakespeare's lesson here to be that committing evil deeds affects the perpetrators even more deeply than the victims. Lady Macbeth's role in the murders have destroyed her soul, which is what the doctor recognises when he says, "More needs she, the divine, than the physician." During the play, we witness Lady Macbeth changing from a strong, decisive character to a weak character, plagued with guilt. It is quite common for Macbeth essay questions to involve an exploration of gender in the play. In Act 2, there are a series of unnatural events. Night strangles day, an owl kills a falcon, and Duncan's horse revolts against the grooms. Arguably, Lady Macbeth's dominance over Macbeth in Act 2 is another example of an unnatural occurrence. After all, females at the time were considered to be the property of their fathers, and when they were married, their husbands. In terms of the structure of the play, it is therefore necessary that Lady Macbeth transform from a strong character to a weak character as we move towards the play's resolution. Act 5, Scene 2 is a brief scene. It involves the Scottish Thanes and some soldiers. The Thanes are discussing Macbeth and Malcolm. Once again, Macbeth is referred to as the tyrant, and Angus in particular is vitriolic about Macbeth. His secret murders sticking on his hands. Those he commands move only in command. Angus also continues the motif of ill-fitting clothing to represent how Macbeth is unsuited for the kingship. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief. Caithness reveals the complete support the Thanes are giving Malcolm. To give obedience where it is truly owed. Again, Shakespeare continues the motif that Scotland is sick because of Macbeth, and Malcolm, the rightful king, will be the cure. Meet we the medicine of the sickly weal, and with him pour we in our country's purge. In Act 5, Scene 3, Macbeth reveals his complete confidence despite the reports of the English army on the march and the false Thanes abandoning him to fight for Malcolm. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear. Macbeth is confident because of the witch's prophecies. Till Birnam Wood removed to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. Fear not, Macbeth, no man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Shakespeare continues the medical motif when he is talking about Lady Macbeth with the doctor. Again, she is stripped of her name. The doctor informs Macbeth that Lady Macbeth is sleepwalking. She is troubled with thick coming fancies that keep her from her rest. Macbeth asks the doctor to cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory of a rooted sorrow? During scenes 2, 3 and 4, the play jumps between Macbeth and the forces supporting Malcolm. There is constant talk of Birnam Wood. In Act 5, Scene 4, the English army arrives at Birnam Wood and Malcolm issues the command to let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. Malcolm is trying to disguise the size of his army. It's camouflage, a technique the military still employs today. Importantly for the play, the soldiers are fulfilling the witch's prophecy. Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him. Again, Shakespeare is building the suspense for the audience. The witch's prophecies that Macbeth believe are impossible are coming true. The audience is acutely aware that the play is now moving inevitably towards the battle, Macbeth's defeat, and resolution. And that's it. Just to quickly recap the main points in the video, we witness how much Lady Macbeth has deteriorated during the play. Her involvement in the murders has destroyed her psychologically. She's sleepwalking and sleep-talking. Lady Macbeth's language is now echoing Macbeth's after the murder of Duncan. She is stricken with guilt. Arguably, Lady Macbeth's deterioration is necessary for the play's resolution. Female power and influences is one of the unnatural occurrences that are symptoms of Scotland's sickness. The scenes now get very short, as Duncan's army marches towards Birnam Wood. The short scenes accentuate the suspense, as the play hurtles towards a final conflict and Macbeth's fated defeat. This sense of inevitability is compounded when we have Malcolm command his soldiers to camouflage themselves with branches from Birnam Wood. The witch's prophecy is coming true. Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him. So now, as the orchestra music starts to play, I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it informative. If you have enjoyed it, please like it, as that helps other people to find it. If you would like us to make a video on something specific, or if you have a question, please comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I do try and bring out regular videos, and if you would like alerts when a new video is uploaded, you can click on the subscribe button at the bottom right hand corner. And that is it. Thanks so much for watching.